Good morning. And welcome to our practice. We are getting set up and rolling out our mats and getting ready for class. Molly is very energetic this morning, so she will probably be part of class. She will make herself part of class. We have probably, 2 minutes or so before we get going. So it's a nice amount of time to get everything set up that you may want or need, to roll out your mat and to make your space. As you settle in, as you find your spot on the mat, we are going to begin in a seated posture today. If you wanted to head that way, you could then use this time to kind of sit quietly and begin to center. Or you could use it for gentle movement, to grab anything that you might have forgotten. Another minute or so. We're settling in. We're finding our space on the mat. Alright, so we're getting close to that time. If you haven't already found that comfortable seated spot, head that way. It could be legs crossed, legs out, legs stacked, whatever is serving you this morning. Let's get the sit bones really connected down. The arms can rest on the legs, in the lap, at your side. Again, find that comfortable spot for you. We'll draw a little energy up as we sit tall. Relax the shoulders. And maybe drop the gaze a few feet in front of you on the mat. Or even close the eyes here as you take a moment to turn your attention in to see how you're feeling today. To scan through the body. Here's Molly has found some extra cardboard. As you scan through, I'd like to take a moment to set an intention for class today. I welcome you to do so. Just something positive that's speaking to you. And if the eyes are closed, we'll flutter them open. Sit tall as we drop left hand down to the mat. We'll inhale the right arm up. Pause at the top. Feel that nice extension. And then gently take it over. That left hand is supporting you through the mat as you come into this deep side stretch. Relax the legs a bit. Sometimes we tend to hold a little tension there as we head into the stretch. We'll inhale up. Exhale the right hand down. Right hand will go to the mat. We'll inhale up the left. Again, find that pause, that length, and then take it over. The sit bones stay connected to the mat. We use the exhale to help us relax into the shape of it. Keep the heart open. Sometimes we want to roll in here. Keep that openness. We'll inhale up. Exhale the left hand down. We'll inhale up both arms. Nice big reach overhead. Exhale, hands to heart center. Nice big inhale as we scoop. Reach tall. And exhale, hands to heart center. We'll stack the hands, or you could do them side by side. And start to rotate them around one another. Try not to touch them, so a little rotation for the wrists. And again, you can just do these rotations out here if that's serving you better. Easy, gentle movement. Reverse direction. You can wiggle the fingers a bit here as well. Pause. Find stillness. Extend the right hand out. Palm is away from us, kind of like that stop sign. And you could gently draw the fingers back if you like. A little stretch through the forearm there. And then release. We'll flip that hand down so the palm is toward us. And again, you can gently press, very mindful of how the wrist and the forearm are feeling. And release. Palm is down at the mat. We'll rotate. Palm is now up to the sky. And then we drop the fingers toward the earth. And again, you can gently draw back ever so slightly if that's serving you. And release. Shake it out. Relax that arm as we extend to the opposite. Start at that stop sign. And again, you can just do it without that little extra or with. And then release. And the fingers go toward the earth. Palm toward the body. And release. We rotate that palm to the sky, drop the fingers down, gently draw it back. And release, shake it out. We're going to stack the legs right in front of the left. Sit up nice and tall. And start to gently walk the hands away. Doing a slight fold here. You should feel a nice stretch if the right leg is in front through the right hip. Notice if you start to lift the hips off of the mat. If you do, gently walk the hands back. We don't want to lift those hips too much. Really want this hinge to be at the hips, ironically. Nice flat back. And then walk the hands in. Swap the legs. So we're saying the left leg in front of the right, parallel as best we can. Sit bones are connected to the mat. Lengthen the spine. Fold forward. Only fold as far as your body wants to go. Try to lead with the heart here, mindful of how that left hip is feeling. If you're on opposite legs, check the opposite hip. And notice if you're holding tension through the feet or the legs. You are, gently release it. And then we walk the hands back up. As we sit tall, we'll extend both legs out in front of us. Feet are about hip width distance apart. Again, we sit tall. We'll inhale the arms up. Exhale as we forward fold. We're still warming up. So find what hold or where the hand placement works for you. Scan through the back of the legs. Maybe there's a little micro bend at the knees. Little tension's all right, but if you feel any acute pain, gently back out. Try to keep the spine long. We'll inhale it up. We'll draw the feet in. Peace fingers behind the knees as we sit tall. Lean back to about a 45, come up onto the toes, and then gently begin to lift the feet, heading to our boat. You can set the toes down at any point, docking your boat. Try to keep that flat back, strong core. Maybe extend the hands or the legs. Taking just 2 breaths here. Release the feet. We'll set the hands behind us, a nice little support. While we do a little windshield wiper of the legs, side to side. Feel free to rotate the hips in here too. We'll reset at center. Left leg extends, right leg folds up. And then that knee falls open. We'll connect the sole of the right foot to the extended left leg. As we sit tall, angle the body over that leg and gently fold down. Again, still warming up. So as we do these shapes in different parts of our practices, they're going to feel a little different. You may think, oh, I usually do this better or differently. But it's really just where we're at, and it's good to take a moment to do it at a different part of our practice, to really explore the shape, to connect with our body, to see the progress that we can make. Walk the hands in, help that right knee up. We'll pause with it here as we bring the right hand around behind us, hug that bent knee with the left arm. Nice twist. We're sitting tall. Our gaze is to the side wall where the torso is headed. And unwind. Maybe a little counter stretch to the opposite side. We'll extend the right leg long as we draw the left leg in. Let that knee fall open. Sit bones are rooted down. Lengthen the spine. Slight angle over the extended leg and then gently fold forward. Listen to your body. Only go as far as it wants today. Again, that little micro bend at the knee is always accessible. Find a little ease in the shoulders. Maybe the head gently bows down, the gaze at the extended leg. Nice steady breath. And we'll walk the hands back in as we lift up. Help that left knee up. We'll pause. The sole of the left foot is planted inside of the extended leg. Left hand comes around behind us. Right arm hugs that bent knee as we come into our twist. Notice where you've placed that left hand. That is not too far away from the body, because that could make you angle a little bit, and we want to sit up nice and tall. We want to keep that length in the spine, allow that rotation from our center. And unwind. Little counter stretch to the opposite side. We'll come back to center as we draw up the right leg. Let both knees fall open. The soles of the feet may touch, they may not. They might just shine toward one another as we're here in our bound angle. You could stay right here. You could wiggle the legs a little bit. If you'd like to deepen the stretch for the hips, sit tall, lead with the heart, and hinge forward. Maybe you use the elbows to gently press on the legs as you hold the ankles. You could also tuck the arms in, maybe get the feet a little massage here, the calves. Feel the legs grow a little heavier. On an inhale, we'll rise up. Cross the legs, transition over, and we'll meet at a tabletop. Shoulders over wrist, hips over knees. We'll extend the hands, one handprint, curl the toes, strong arms as we lift the hips and head to down dog. I'm working my way around my down dog. Here we are, little modifications. We'll make it work. So as this is our first down dog of the class, and stretch out the feet a little bit here, some heel lifts, some pedaling of the feet or some shifting of the hips. As you explore the shape, or you could just hold and feel the strength and stability of the body. We won't be here terribly long. Start to walk the feet toward the hands and come to a forward fold. Upper body hangs. You could rotate a little side to side if you're holding elbows in that ragdoll. You could do a little sway. Mindful of the low back. Check in. See how it's feeling. A little softness through the knees and hips. If you're moving, come to stillness. If you're holding elbows, release the hands to the mat. Generous bend at the knees as we bring belly to thighs. Find your foundation and gently rise up. Come to standing. Take a breath here at Tadasana. Shoulders drop away from the ears. Arms are by side body. Inhale the arms up. Exhale as we forward fold. Take a breath. Engage the core as you come to half lift, that 7 shape. The gaze is at the earth. Hands are on shins or thighs or airplane arms. Draw the navel into the spine. Exhale as you release. Back to your forward fold. Heel toe the feet together. We'll drop the hips. Lift the heart. Chair pose. Holding that big beach ball in front of us. Drop the tailbone down. If having the arms outstretched isn't serving you, you can bring hands together at heart center. Let the legs press together here, nice and strong. Drop the hands back to the earth as we lift the hips, forward fold. Start to heel toe the feet apart, taking them nice and wide, maybe to the edges of the mat or even beyond. Let the body relax, the weight sitting in the front half of each foot. We'll plant the right hand underneath the gaze, just slightly in front of the feet, centered. Start to bend that right knee as we rotate and lift the left hand to the sky. You could also have left hand to hip if that serves you better. And left hand to mat. Straighten the right leg. We'll swap the hands. Left hand center. Left knee bends. Rotate to the right. Reach that right arm up. The gaze follows. Again, you can head hand to hip. Exhale as you bring the right hand back down. Swap it out. Once more each side. Bend that right knee, lift the left hand, rotate through the ribs. Exhale to release. Swap the hands. Open to the opposite side. We've got that bend at the left knee. Right arm reaches up. Rotate through the ribs. Exhale as you release. Back to our forward fold. We'll heel toe the feet back to about hip width distance. Plant the hands, step one foot back, and then the other. High plank. You can lower to the knees here if you like. Elbows tight to the body as we lower down through chaturanga to the belly. Uncurl the toes, and we'll inhale up just chin and collarbone, a little baby cobra. Exhale as you release. We're going to press hips to heels, child's pose. Arms are stretched overhead, palms in the mat. Hips settling toward the heels. Walk the hands toward the knees as we lift up. Set the knees about hip width distance apart. We're in a kneeling posture. We'll bring the hands around the back. I like to do fist at the low back, but if you prefer flat palm, you could do that as well. Draw the elbows closer together, shoulder blades as well. Sit up tall, and you stay right here. It's a great chest opener. Big stretch for the shoulders. If you'd like to deepen it, lengthen the spine, big arch. Our back bend in a kneeling posture. The gaze travels toward the sky. Try to keep a little lift in the heart. Inhale up. Exhale as you release the hands. Give them a little shake. We'll bring arms up to shoulder height. Exhale as you bring the hands together in front. Interlace the fingers. Inhale the palms to the heart. Elbows are wide. Flip the hands so the thumbs are coming toward the body and then down toward the mat. Exhale as you press the hands away. Inhale as you reach up. And exhale as you release. We'll do it once to our breath pace. So from our kneeling posture, inhale shoulder height. Exhale palms together. Inhale palms to heart. Exhale, rotate and press away. Inhale as you lift up. Exhale as you release. We'll bring the hands back to the mat, finding our tabletop position once more. Each hand goes forward, a handprint. Spread the fingers, grip the mat, curl the toes, lift the hips. Down dog. Maybe shake the head a little yes and no here to loosen the neck. We'll root into the left toes as we draw the right foot up. With control, bring it forward. Plant the right hand somewhere between the feet. Low lunge. We'll take a moment here, making any little adjustments we need to, trying to stack that bone, letting the hips sit low. Turn to the breath. We'll plant that back foot at 45. Find your foundation and lift up. Warrior one. So again, that bend is in the right knee. We've got a nice bone stock. Hips are going to square to the short edge of the mat. Inhale the arms up. A nice V shape. Palms are shining toward one another. Let the shoulders fall away from the ears. And notice if you're really leaning forward or backward here, we want to try and stay centered. If arms up isn't serving you, you can have hands at heart center. You can leave the hands down the side. You do a little cactus arm. Lots of variations to play with. We'll take one more breath here. Release the hands. With control, rotate onto the ball of the back foot. Bring the hands back to the mat. Step the right toes back. High plank. Shift the hips up. Down dog. Root into the right toes as you draw the left foot up. With control, bring it forward. Little arch through the back. Plant the left foot toward the front. We're in that runner's lunge. Going to take a couple of breaths here. Again, make any adjustments you need to, maybe elongating your stance a bit. Maybe giving yourself a good foundation through the hands as well to help you steady. Plant the back foot at 45 and lift up. Take a moment to make those adjustments. Sometimes I need to widen my stance a little bit here. Get that good foundation. And then when you're ready, find the arms that work for you today here. That could be our victorious posture, nice uplifting gesture, welcoming the day. It could be hands at heart center. Nice moment of connection with the self. You can find that same openness with arms down at your side. Hands to hips, feeling strong. It's always fun to play around and see how little changes make you feel different in a shape, just like we did earlier, kind of doing some of the poses we typically do later in our practice earlier, how they feel a little different. It's fun to play around in our shapes and our practice, to really explore that connection through our body and to become more aware. On an exhale, we'll release the hands from wherever they are. Rotate to the ball of the back foot, nice and controlled. Bring the hands to the mat. Step the left foot back, high plank. Shift the hips, down dog. From here, we'll lower the knees, uncurl the toes, settle into child's pose once more. You can leave the arms stretched overhead and wrap them down alongside body. Just bend the elbows to find a little ease as we take a moment here. Maybe close the eyes and scan the body. Feel the strength that you've cultivated, the energy, and that awareness. to walk the hands in as we lift up. Rotate on to a favorite hip and find whatever seated pose works for you. Maybe you end where you began, maybe you try something different. Let's bring our hands together at heart center wherever you land to seal in our practice. I encourage you to take kind thoughts, kind words, and those kind intentions with you from now until we meet again. The light in me honors the light in you. Namaste. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for our yoga practice today. I hope it helped you explore a little bit more, and I hope you have a wonderful week ahead. We'll see you back on the mat next Tuesday. Bye, everyone.